challenge this week with Chicago?
Yeah, well, for me, it's, obviously Matt Eberflus and I were together for 5 years. I was with the linebacker coach for 3. I was with the D-line coach for 4. And so when you start watching the tape, you can see the effect of Matt Eberflus's influence taking over, the way they're taking the ball away on defense, the way they're covering kicks, and the way they're playing with relentless effort and an effort-based team. So I think we have a big challenge. The special teams coach there was in San Francisco for a long time. He's come in here to Lambeau Field before and have had some success, and they've blocked 2 kicks this year on their field goal rush team, and so it'll be a big challenge. It's a totally different team than we played the first week of the season, and we're a totally different team personnel-wise than what we played with down there in Chicago. So it'll be a big challenge. We're looking forward to it.
Rich, you mentioned last week about how you guys lead the league in kickoff tackles inside the 20. I think you had a couple on Sunday night. Do you consider it a good night for the kickoff coverage unit or not, because there was the one big one that day?
Well, I actually thought we played well, on kickoff. And the big one, we actually had 2 missed tackles on it, and we had one guy really free on it, and we did a poor job on that one. I didn't really like the one before the half either. I think if those guys had a chance to play that one over, they would as well. So, but yeah, I thought we played well, but we're always wanting the 2 back that we didn't play good enough on. So, but this will be there'll be weather conditions here that should give to some returns during the course of the game, and hopefully we can do a little bit better job on all of them.
Was Jaden Reed in his right to make that fair catch signal late? Can he do that, or is that considered?
Yeah, he can. He has a right to fair catch it at any time, really. And so, I really can't talk about officiating. I think the thing that we've talked to him about is get your hand up over the top of your head, and just, I'd like it to be a little bit sooner, make a little bit of a quicker decision than that. I think the first time we played Minnesota, he kind of gave a fair catch and then he ran with the ball, So, he's a young guy, and I think he's trying to make a play all the time. But to your point, he has the right to make a fair catch basically at any time. I'd like to see him get his hand a little bit higher to make it a little cleaner for the official, and for him to be a little bit safer as well.
Given he's been banged up a little bit and been a big part of the offense, do you need to find others who can help you, especially with Samari out now?
No, I think it's, again, obviously Samari now is out, but it'll still be him and Keyshawn, and Romero's always been back there. Romeo's always been back there for us as well in practice, so I feel good about who we have going into the game.
Another missed extra point last week. I've kind of beaten a dead horse here, but is there anything you can do to get that strike out? I realize he's bounced back after him too.
We're working on it. We missed it, so I think we made the field goal. I was pretty happy about that.
What happened on the fumble punt? Did you want him to just fair catch that no matter what, or were you okay with him trying to?
Well, we put the safe out there. It was 4th and 3, and it was the turn of the quarter right there. So I would have loved for him to fair catch. He felt like he was in position to make a play. I didn't think it was a very good decision, and now we've lost him. So, but the bottom line is he's got to catch it, right? We've been through that before. We didn't do a good job really on the outside on the gunner out there, and we were playing the fake on the outside, and then we just kind of let him run free, which we shouldn't have. But it was a little bit of a perfect storm. But yeah, I would have liked him fair catch if he felt like it was a good chance to fair catch. Anytime you get hit with a deep ball like that, those guys sometimes think they got a chance to make a big play, and it got to him in a hurry. You just got to catch the ball. We've been through this. Keyshawn drops one in the Giant game, and I know Jalen dropped one earlier in the year that he ended up getting back. So it's problematic when they don't do it well. It's really good when they do it well. So we'd love to have caught the ball.
Rich, was the snap okay on the extra point that was missed?
The snap was good enough.
So Rich, so for the season, he's what? He's missed 10
Say it a
kicks?
little louder, please.
For the season, he's missed what, 10 kicks now? 5 extra points, 5
Oh, no.
I think I got him at 58 of 68, that's 85%. When you take the 30,000-foot view of that, for a rookie kicker who's going to have some ups and downs, what do you think of that?
Yeah, again, I think we went into the season knowing that we're gonna ride him, and regardless of the percentage, he's improving. He's getting better. He's getting better every week on his kickoffs, and we've been pretty happy with some of the field goal opportunities we've had and what we've done with them. So would we like to clean up those PATs a little bit? I've had a conversation with people that. When the ball's on the 2 and you go for a 2-point conversion, I'd like to know what the percentage rate is for getting those. right? So it's a 33-yard field goal, although it's called a PAT. So we'd like to clean that up and get a little bit higher percentage in that, depending on, what the percentage rates are. But I think we're making progress every day with him.
That was my point in including them all in one group there, is that it is a longer kick. I'm curious, how does he handle the ups and downs? We know how you handle his ups and downs. How do you think he's handled them?
Yeah, I think he handles them better than me, and I think one of the reasons we liked him, again, going back to, we've obviously known him for a while, but his mental makeup, his mental toughness, his ability to overcome a bad play and then have another good play, and then his ability to overcome a good play and hopefully have, 2 good plays in a row. I think you have to ask him how he personally handles it, but I think what we see in practice is a guy that's trying to get better all the time, and then what we've seen in games is he's come back and hit some pretty significant field goals after missing a PAT, or, I think before the half of was it the first Minnesota game? Here, right, we had a chance before the half and he missed it and they were offsides and he came back and no 2 in a row, he ends up making it. So he's been through a lot of different situations. I go back to the Atlanta situation, we end up getting a delay and the awareness process I think has gotten better with him and with Daniel as well. They're both rookie players and every day seems to be a new challenge of something else that comes up in a game or in a practice, and we'd like to think we're progressing towards getting better all the time.
Along those lines, like New England's rookie kicker is having a rough year. He's not the only one. So is there something about being a rookie that it's hard to make kicks, and then why do they generally improve year 2?
Well, I don't know. I've been around a bunch of rookies, and I think we had the question when we took honors, would you rather get a guy off of somebody else's team when he gets cut having a lot of problems, or have the guy yourself and try to work through some of the problems? I think we're excited about the direction that he's going in. We think he's improving all the time, and I really don't know what's going on or kept up with much of the other kickers unless we're playing against them. And again, I think we'd love to clean up the PATs. We'd love to keep getting a little bit more consistent in everything we do, but I think we're pleased with the direction he's going in at this point.
I guess the question is, do kickers typically get better year 1 to year 2, and if so, why would that be?
I've been through it where kickers had really tremendous first years, and the second year they had a second-year slump, right? So I think they're all different. You treat them all different, and kind of see what kind of progress we can make as each day goes on.
Rich, I know you enjoy my big picture questions. I'm curious, you've been in this league a long time. I don't know if there's been many teams that you've been on the staff of that had such a young offense like this team did, with so many young guys and a first-year starter at quarterback. You see Matt every day. You see how he handles it. It seems like he's kind of unlocked whatever it was that needed to get these guys to play to their potential offensively. How do you think he's handled this year? Because this doesn't seem like an easy year to handle for a established coach with so many young guys to kind of get up to speed.
I don't know what's the question actually in that whole thing? What's the?
That's not the first time I've heard that. I guess my question is, he admitted that he was probably conservative with Jordan and these guys early in the year, and he kind of has let it rip a little bit in terms of play calling to give them opportunities to make more plays. I'm wondering how you've seen him working with them every day develop from maybe being conservative to seeing what he needed to see and give these guys a chance to be successful like they have.
Yeah, well, my short time with Coach LaFleur, I think he's a mingler. I mean, he's around the players all the time. He's around all the defensive players throughout stretch. He's around the offensive players, obviously, a tremendous amount of time. I know I believe he has a great working relationship with Jordan. I think you can see it. They talk on the bus a bunch before games. They talk on the bus a bunch, on bus one after games. His team meetings, I think he's to the point. He's exact. I think he does a great job with the practice schedule, whether he mixes it up or keeps it the same, or, I think he does a great job of talking to the perceived leaders on the team, that he perceives to be leaders, and has conversations with them and gets guys going in the right direction. And so I enjoy being around him. I enjoy the direction that he puts the coaches in. I enjoy the direction that he puts the team in. And I think it's done on a daily basis. He's always got a bounce in his step. He's always a positive influence throughout the building with all of us. And I see the same thing with the players on, really on all three sides of the ball.